We've got the Lincoln Corsair Grand Touring. It's a plug-in hybrid.
Do you have a top to match every color?
I do. I have an extensive wardrobe. Ooh, sounds like a Lincoln. Smooth, quiet. Gas engine didn't even come on when I accelerated.
All right, we are driving in pure EV just now, but what is under the hood of this thing?
A 2.5 liter 4-cylinder with a hybrid system and an eCVT. It has a 14.4 kilowatt hour battery and a combined 266 horsepower, 45 kilometers, 28 miles of EV range, and it's standard all-wheel drive.
Now you might be thinking, well, that range isn't that great, but you know what? Compared to its competitors, it's actually not that bad, except for maybe the Lexus. We'll get to that when we do our consideration. All right, this is a luxury product. Must come with a lot of stuff. What are the key standard features?
The Grand Touring model comes with an 8-inch touchscreen with Sync 3, a 12.3-inch color display, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, heated power driver and passenger seats, driver's seat memory, leather-trimmed upholstery, a panoramic sunroof, a 14-speaker Revel audio system. This is available in a package in the US. Heated, power-adjustable folding exterior mirrors, and blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert.
All right, we have it in pure EV. What else can we put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like, subscribe. Most important, hit that bell, but also follow on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea for a sneak peek behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. This video is brought to you by Canada Drives. Shop online for your next used vehicle and enjoy the convenience of to-your-door delivery and the confidence of a 7-day love it or return it guarantee. Visit canadadrives.ca to learn more. I'm getting into this, Andrea.
Are you? In what way are you getting into this?
Getting into the smooth, comfy ride.
You know, you just sit back and enjoy it. This is traditional American luxury at its best. This has got adaptive suspension, so that's where you're getting that comfortable ride. It soaks up those imperfections in the road, and this is not surprising from Lincoln. This is what the brand wants to achieve when they put out their vehicles.
Now, you get into the bigger SUVs from Lincoln, they migrate to an air suspension. And that, in my opinion, with a lot of their vehicles like the Aviator, is just too soft and floaty boaty. It's not my thing. Every time I drive a Corsair, I'm pleasantly surprised by the balance of the traditional luxury, but there's still some feel through the wheel, and it has a really good combination.
This is based on the same platform as the Ford Escape, and it looks different. This has more of a stately exterior look to it, to me.
The back of it, boy, does it ever have an Audi Q5 vibe, especially the clamshell rear liftgate. And I gotta say that from certain angles, I think it's really handsome. The front, I don't know, I think the grille is a little bit, who would have ever thought in an era of massive grills that I think the grille is maybe a little bit too small, but we do have some updates to tell you about coming up in our hot topics, so stick around for that.
To me, this has got kind of that same pinch grille that you see with the Ford Escape. It's got a nice chrome mesh grille. There's black and chrome exterior accents. This comes standard with 19-inch wheels, available 20-inch, and a 17-inch temporary spare tire. Like Zach said, I really like the slim LED lights in the back. I think it looks really quite European from the back.
I like that it's got a name. Everything is an XGY 7324. I mean, they don't really mean anything. This is a Corsair. I love the script down the side of the car. I love that Lincoln names their cars Aviator, Nautilus. It's kind of a throwback to a different era. I appreciate that.
Moving to the interior, I really think that it does need a refresh when it comes to the technology. The standard 8-inch touchscreen with no available option is too small, and frankly, Sync 3 is old. Give us at least Sync 4 in here now.
It is coming, Andrea. It's funny because you get in this and you're like, oh, there were loads of nice materials in here, soft touch everywhere, French stitching, wood, all of that. Then you look at the screen and you're like, what year am I in?
Yeah, it's way too small. We need some improved tech in here. Other than that, I think that the interior is quite well organized. I'm not crazy about the button shifter. It's a little bit far for me, and every time I need to shift, I have to look down at it and take my eyes off the road.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know why they did this push button thing. You know, once again, it's the answer to the question nobody was asking.
Yeah.
Give us the rotary one like you have in the Ford down there. I don't mind those.
Yeah.
But then the rest of this, you know, you've got the full digital instrument cluster there. I mean, it looks really good.
Now, this is only available, the PHEV, on the Grand Touring model. So
are we
obviously
Grand
you're
Touring?
gonna, we're Grand
We're
Touring.
Grand-
We're Grand.
Oh, okay.
And we're Touring.
Okay, nice.
But it does come with some great standard features. There's still packages that you need to add, and this model certainly adds up. When you add the packages, like you want a 360 camera, it's in a package. You want a wireless charger, heated steering wheel,
Let me
it's
guess.
in a package.
It's in a package,
Yeah, so it does add up, but you could get away with the base model Grand Touring. One thing I don't like in here is the steering wheel. It just is so big to me and just not a youthful feel. I would like something a little bit more sporty in here.
I wonder what the average age of a Corsair buyer is, Andrea. I'm
I
guessing
think that's the problem
I'm guessing
here.
they're collecting their pensions.
Yes.
Just a guess. All right. On size, this is in the compact class, but it is really quite roomy.
Is it ever roomy? The cabin feels very open. This offers best-in-class front and second row legroom.
See me getting in the back seat. The seats, Ford and Lincoln do excellent seats. This is comfortable. So when you're buying a Lincoln, you're getting Lincoln grade. Lots of legroom, good headroom. And then when you open the cargo area, Andrea mentioned it already, but for a lot of people, it's a big deal. It does come with a spare tire as standard equipment.
Overall cargo capacity is very good for this class amongst other plug-in hybrids, but it's the X330e that offers the most.
All right, some good questions about this. Let's get into it.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
I understand this is based on the same platform as the Escape. Is it really worth that much more than a titanium Escape hybrid? Well, this definitely is more refined. You have that luxury feel to the drive. The cabin is quieter. It's just smoother all around.
You get a much nicer interior than you would in the Ford, but the big difference mechanically is this is all-wheel drive. The Ford Escape hybrid is all-wheel drive, but if you want the plug-in version of the Escape that really competes against this, it's only front-wheel drive.
Yeah, and this is standard all-wheel drive. So the difference in price, yes, I think that you're getting more luxury with the Lincoln for sure.
I think this looks better too, Andrea, especially from the back.
Me too. Many of the vehicles today have firm seats that leave you wanting to get out after a couple of hours. Are these seats good for the long haul? Absolutely. They are very comfortable. I mean, they really cradle your body. I would be happy on a long road trip in this for sure.
Nice leather too. Whenever we drive a Ford product, we're always commenting on how good the seats are.
Yeah.
So Ford already does a good seat with their baseline car, the Ford. Yeah. Then you move into the Lincoln and you just Lincoln it up. It's all good.
It does feel good. We put out a lot of content each week on the Motormouth YouTube channel, and it's so easy to find.
All you do is go to the YouTube search bar and type in Motormouth, the name of the channel. Then the brand you're looking for, in this case, it's Lincoln. Then all our videos pop up. It's that easy.
I think this looks great on paper, but how does it compare to your impressions of the Lexus NX PHEV you recently tested?
Well, it doesn't have this interior. I would say this is a nicer interior, except for the small screen. By the way, we're going to address that coming up in our hot topic, the screen size.
Yeah.
But I would suggest that this is a nicer interior that's filled with more shiny, hard piano black.
Yeah, depending on what trim you get of the NX PHEV, if you get a higher trim, you're going to get different trim pieces that are available to you. But you know what it is? It's the tech. Lexus beats this hands down when it comes to technology, but it's brand new. The NX just came out, so I would expect that from Lexus.
No, Andrea, I like all kinds of different vehicles. I like sporty little hatchbacks, big luxury cars. This reminds me of when I started to drive on big American cars.
Totally.
I get in. I really get into the traditional luxury. I'm not in a rush. I'm enjoying the ride. I love the seats. I love the stereo. I just cruise along. I'm not in a rush.
True. The only PHEV that I thought had a really engaging drive was the BMW X330e. It's still available in Canada, but no longer in the US.
Why? Why would you do that, BMW?
I know, when electrified vehicles are just so popular right now, they eliminate it.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
What would you expect in terms of updates for the Corsair and the Escape in 2023? I understand they're both getting their exterior and interior refreshed.
Funny, Andrea, I was just thumbing through the interwebs and I came across one of those spy things about what's coming out, and I saw the Ford Escape. And they said the Ford Escape is going to get a new front, new grille, new headlamps, and new tech on the inside. Is that what we're getting with the Lincoln?
Yes, both are getting a mid-cycle refresh. The Corsair should see a larger touchscreen with Sync 4, which it desperately needs. So it'll be nice to see those interior changes here, and then also some exterior updates as well. So making a better product. You know, I think that it's needed interior-wise. I want to point out that this comes with a variety of interior colors, and I think that the black is kind of blah. And if you went with the gray or maybe the taupe or even the cashew color, this would look more luxurious even with this smaller touchscreen.
So you know what? We're just really months away from the 2023 models being shipped or at least manufactured. So if you like the idea of a Lincoln, I like the idea of a Lincoln, I like the drive, and it's very comfortable, but it needs that bigger screen. Just work with your dealer and order a 2023, then you're going to get all of the updates. So that's good.
One thing about this Corsair PHEV is it's got two EV modes, Preserve and Pure EV. So if you want to charge the battery while you're driving, you can charge it up to 70%. You can save that energy from the battery for when you need it.
So
I think that's kind of nice.
So people probably like, why would you do that? Okay, so say you're doing 160 kilometers or 100-mile run from one city to the next, and you're driving along anyway at highway speeds, then you can just be charging the battery while you're driving on the highway anyway. So then when you get to that next city, then you're driving just on pure EV. That's why they do it. Surprisingly, there are not a lot of plug-in hybrids in this category. Let's get into it.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Volvo XC60 plug-in hybrid with 455 combined horsepower and 56 kilometers, 35 miles of EV range. It has a starting price of just over $70,000.
Next is the Audi Q5e with 37 kilometers, 23 miles of EV range, but 362 horsepower, and it's priced to start at just under $72,000.
The Lexus NX plug-in hybrid with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with Lexus hybrid drive. It has a combined 304 horsepower and 61 kilometers, 37 miles of range. The starting price is just under $60,000.
Here's our used car alternative from CanadaDrives.ca. We chose a 2014 Infiniti QX60 hybrid with just over 84,000 kilometers on the clock for $25,990. Click on the tab or the link in the description below to find more vehicles in this category from CanadaDrives.ca.
So there are 4 crossovers for you to consider.
What are the official fuel economy numbers and more with our vital stat?
Let's start with pricing. The Grand Touring model starts at just under 60,000 Canadian and just over $51,500 in the US. Price as tested with some extra features and packages, $69,500 Canadian. The Corsair PHEV qualifies for an EV rebate of $2,500 in Canada, and there are also provincial rebates available in participating provinces. In the US, a tax credit up to $6,843 is available. With a standard 120-volt outlet, you can charge your Corsair in 10 to 11 hours, and with a 240-volt outlet and the included Level 2 adapter, 3 to 4 hours.
Here's the fuel economy. With a full battery, the Corsair gets 3.1 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 78 miles per gallon equivalent. When the battery is depleted, the Corsair gets 7 liters per 100 kilometers combined. That's 34 miles per gallon. The warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers, or 50,000 miles. Lightning round. 2 things we like to see improved.
I like the comfort level in this Lincoln.
I like the comfort level in this Lincoln.
Boy, we agree on something. What I'd like to see, obviously, is better tech in here.
I'd like them to ditch the push-button transmission and go maybe to the rotary thing. I think that's better.
If you're looking for that traditional American luxury feel, that comfortable drive, look no further than the Corsair.
Tune in next time to see how Andrea color coordinates.
This video is brought to you by Canada Drives. Shop online for your next used vehicle and enjoy the convenience of to-your-door delivery and the confidence of a 7-day love it or return it guarantee. Visit canadadrives.ca to learn more.